to Tone Wars Sunday night. I'm Carrie.
And I'm losing my mind.
That's Jarrod.
Oh my God. Sorry guys. It's been, it's literally been a comedy of errors here tonight. As soon as we're ready to go live, oh, you got a dead battery in your mic. Okay, let me fix that.
He did. He was running around. I did tell them that I ate something that didn't agree with me though.
Oh, yeah.
We had to work it out. I had to work it out.
She was not feeling well for a minute there.
No.
And now my in-ears have dead battery, so it's almost dead. So yeah, I'm charging my other one upstairs, so as soon as this dies, I'm gonna go get that. Yeah. So yeah, it's just been one of them. It's been the whole week for me.
So I finally start feeling better and come down, get all hooked up, and yeah, my mic battery was dead, his in-ear battery is dead.
I'm like, what the hell? This never happens. Wow, I'm usually better prepared. Sorry. It's been a day. It's been a week actually. If software issues and everything else, just trying to get everything back together. So I think there is a ghost in the machine down here. Stuff keeps getting reset. And I come down here and I'm like, why is this happening? And I got to reprogram
ghost or
things.
Gremlin?
I don't know. Well, I'm going ghost and gremlin hunting, man. I'm about sick of it.
Need to bring in a priest and have a blessing
Soak
session.
the house in holy water. Yeah, I've been running into issues all week. So I was supposed to have the Savage presets or whatever, the profiles or whatever, all done, but I'm halfway done with them now because of some issues I had. But I want to show you what they sound like tonight, and within the next couple days they'll be up on the website. So they sound great. It's worth it.
He has been. He's been working really hard, and he saved the day fixing stuff.
Yeah.
The last second. I see how you guys are making fun of all the stuff in here. It's so funny.
All the stuff?
Yeah, we got to read them. I'll read them to you.
Oh, okay.
So I got Martin Hensley
Hey, what's up?
in the chat. He says, Ben Burnett, you need to check out the Monument Skeleton Key amp. It's a 50-watt monster. Flux says, wow, that Hellion is a nice looking amp. I can see why you'd want one. Martin, Flux, oh, sorry, they're just talking to each other there because we weren't there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ben says, I follow a guy and would love for him to send an amp to Jarrod, but he's in Australia.
Oh, yeah, that's a little far.
Yep.
I get it.
Dean is here. What's up, everyone?
What's up, Dean?
Ben Burnett said Jarrod must still be struggling with his hair or makeup.
Yeah, that's what it was. I wish those were the problems that I had.
And Paul Smith says, hey, hello.
What's up, Paul?
Less stuff, more freedom, living the van life. Hey, he's here.
Hey, what's happening?
TechForge Australia is here.
What's going on, TechForge? Good to see you.
And so TechForge says, well, Carrie did show him up the other week, so he better be looking groomed as AF.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I look amazing.
Paul says his hair must be giving him fits.
My
nice.
hair. Seriously, I wish it was it. That's easy. Just throw on a hat. Then you're done. Yep.
Oh, boy. And then Ben down farther says they've not started yet. Jarrod's hair dye job went bad and they can't get his makeup right.
God,
Carrie, as usual, is prepped and ready because she's a pro.
Oh, so glad everybody loves me so much. I'm feeling the love here.
Feeling the love tonight. Can you feel?
Nope.
Nice.
Nope.
And then I said hello and we're on our way. And yeah, I don't know what it was, but I definitely ate something that was immediately like, nope. Nope.
Nope.
So much don't want to be in your belly.
So much nope happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took some medicine and needed a bit for it to work. And let's see who else is here. Thank you, Flux. He says, hope feel better. Monkey Wrench, she needs to fart. It'd be nice.
Well, if she does, we'll all hear it.
You'll all know. TechForge Australia. Maybe Jarrod used all the extra time to warm up and is going to nail every solo with 0 mistakes.
Oh, man. Well, you guys got too much faith in me. Set me up for failure, man. Thanks.
Martin Hensley likes your No, I'm sorry. Flux likes your T-shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Martin
Red
thinks
7,
it's
baby.
Stupid.
Who thinks it's stupid?
No, I made that up,
Oh.
Martin, because it was Flux that said it.
Oh. Yeah,
Martin
it's the Red 7 shirt, man.
said nothing.
It's my first time wearing it. I barely got my arms through it. They almost ripped the sleeves out. Look at the arms there. Yes.
Tech follow. Let's see. Dean Harkness. Never say never. Apparently, all my gear is for the purpose of not playing out. Now I'm doing a couple songs next month. Oh, good.
Oh, good for you, man.
Tech Forge Australia says Ghost or Skeeter. We haven't seen him lately. He could be up to anything.
Oh, yeah. Skeeter probably came down here and screwed everything up.
Screwed everything up.
That stupid bastard. You never know what he's up to. Shit.
Paul Smith says the wireless I borrowed worked great at the festival gig this weekend. Hard to believe it only cost $50.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it? It's a great wireless. I'm using my X5 tonight because Paul's got my Locato, but this one's great too, as long as you're not too close to a Wi-Fi source. And this one gets a little twitchy, but the Locatos are...
Kind of like
they're
when your phone
updated.
is near the mic or when my phone is that.
Yeah, it gets glitchy.
a little glitchy.
In fact, I used this out in the garage yesterday when I was having a cigar playing, and my TV's Wi-Fi, so I was trying to watch, something,
Yes.
and it would not connect to the Wi-Fi, and I'm like, and then as soon as I turned off the wireless, it freaking connected. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man.
Nice.
So I can't have both. It's either guitar or TV. So I picked guitar because I need the practice.
Can you watch it on your phone?
Yeah, I guess I could,
That's what I do.
but that's not as fun.
No.
You
it's
got a
not
big
as
old TV in the garage. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather watch that.
Less stuff, more freedom. Let's see. Could you please play the solo in the song Tornado of Souls by Megadeth? Do you know that?
Yeah, give me like 5 years to get good enough to... Dude, that's the solo. Like, there's a few solos that guitar players are measured by. Under a Glass Moon by Dream Theater. If you don't know it, look it up, because that solo is like insanity. And then Tornado of Souls. If you could do those two solos, you can pretty much do anything. Yeah. Tornado of Souls. Thought I saw something. Tornado of Souls is an amazing
gremlin.
solo. Yeah. I'm gonna wring his damn neck if I can catch up to him. But yeah, Tornado of Souls is amazing. And I want to learn Under a Glass Moon one of these days, because that solo is just absolutely amazing. Yeah, it was funny. I was at Motor City a couple weeks ago, and there was a
CS.
yeah, there was a guy there that knew it, and he started playing it, and I'm just like, oh my God, you know that? He's like, yeah, he's just ripping right through it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna key your car on the way out.
Don't do that.
You know who you are. I was hanging out with you for a while. We were playing through the EVH Stealth.
Kevin Slon is here. What's up, my friends?
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
Martin Hensley says, Jarrod, I sent you a list of amps to check out.
Oh, good. I'll have to check out your list of things to check out.
The Metal Edge says, hello, everybody. Jarrod, have you posted links to your Reverb store yet?
No. Because of the issues I had, I wasn't able to do that, and I apologize. But tomorrow it'll be up, and I'll post it in the the community section. Yeah, I don't want to bore you guys with all the details, but I had 2 full days this week of absolute pulling my hair out software issues. So it really set me back, and then I had to
hang up.
Yeah, she was on the phone with me one of the times, and I was about ready to rip my house to shreds, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta go. This is gonna get ugly here.
Like, you go deal with yourself.
Did you see the dent in the laundry room?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No. Braxel is here.
What's up, Braxel?
Yes. That cup, though. I'm sorry about my cup. It was the only clean one today.
Yeah, it was dish day.
Dish day. There you go. It was dish day. Reef of Black Feather, 2 horns up.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Dean, so Carrie's gonna sing tonight. Out of the wrong end, maybe?
We could mic you up. Put a little mic behind you.
Ryan says I can pretty much turn a squeer into a Frankie with a new bridge pickup.
Oh, it gives you a whole new meaning to backup vocals, huh?
Nice. Nice. You got to do a dad joke.
So what was it that you read again? I'm sorry.
It's all right. So Ryan says, I can pretty much turn a Squire into a Frankie with a new bridge pickup.
Oh, I don't know.
Squire.
Squire, yeah.
Yeah.
Into a Frankie. It's a Frankenstein guitar like Eddie's. With a new bridge pickup. I mean, maybe. A lot of people are making... is it a Squire?
Squire.
I don't know. They are pickup oriented. Oh, there we go. I got some new batteries here. Whoa.
Steve Shaheen is here.
What's up, Steve?
What rig was the intro theme recorded on again? That sounds really good.
Oh, that was a Kemper profile.
Way back in the day.
Way back. Yeah, that's an old Kemper profile I did. Yep, that's been around for a while, man.
Jeff Hirschberg says he can't wait to hear the new captures.
Hey, what's up, Jeff?
Braxel, Jarrod, how do you deal with the dust in your studio? He leaves it alone.
I mean, I vacuum down here every once in a while. I mean, this area doesn't get a lot of traction. We just come down here and sit and walk out. And I always use my Mr. Rogers inside shoes down here, so, you know.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Pretty much. Yeah, so there's not really a whole lot of mess down here.
My neighbor.
There is some dust down here. Yeah, you're right.
What's wrong with the dust?
I don't know. Well, it can get on stuff and screw things up.
Like
yeah,
what?
electronics and dust do not go well together. Like my volume knob on my battery or my in-ear pack. Oh my God, that got so scratchy for a while. And when I turned it, it was super loud scratch noises in my. And I was like, oh, every time I turned it. Yeah, dust and whatnot. So you got to get that can of that alcohol and just sprays in there and eats it all. So I just did that the other day because, yeah, that was hell on earth, man. Every time I turned my volume knob, it was like needles in my eardrums.
Martin wants to know where your holy pants are.
Oh, they're upstairs.
It's laundry day for
It's laundry
him.
day. It's dish day and laundry day.
Right. Pure rock for you. Crap, Carrie's yawning. Did I yawn?
You did.
I may have yawned.
No yawning tonight.
No.
So let me do this. Let me just play a couple riffs for you guys and make sure I got the right guitar here. So this is the Ingle Savage Mark II profile on the Tonex, and this is with the contour switch. I think it's with it off. Yeah, it's got a little more bite. So yeah, I'll play these for you in a second here. Maybe I'll do a mix or two as well. So let's go ahead and hear what these sound like. Let me turn my in-ears off here.
Thank you for the compliment, CS. Likes my hair tonight. My unique hairstyle.
It's unique.
That's what he said. I walked up today. He took one look and was like, that's a unique hairstyle.
And you're like, I don't know how to take that. Thanks.
But CS did a great job. By the way, your hair is fab tonight, Carrie. There you go.
Well, you're a better complimenter than me, CS. But I cooked her dinner. I smoked her some hamburgers.
Hamburgers tonight.
So,
Bison
yeah.
burgers.
So, what you got now, sucker? All right, 1 second.
it that
All
we're
right.
live.
We're live now.
We're live now.
Yep.
Making
We're
faces.
making faces because your belly's hurting again.
Belly hurts. Martin, thank you so much for the super chat. He said, rock on, bro.
Thank you.
And then Dean, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
He has a request of Arnold. Anything also, if you were going to start being a weekend warrior again, what would you suggest? A weekend warrior for...
First of all, if you're going to be a weekend warrior, you have to get to the gym and get a good pump before you go out there and work. So get to the gym and do some heavy squats and deadlifts. Stop being such a little sissy candy ass. Get out there, get to the gym and do it. And don't start your weekend warrior until you have biceps at least as big as mine. So get your spaghetti noodles to the gym now and pump them full of protein. This is your goal right here. Take a look at it, screenshot, hang it on your wall like a poster. Just don't show your wife or she'll never look at you the same again.
Where are you going?
I'm changing guitars.
Ah, nice. Well, I'm going to start at the bottom. I know I missed some stuff, but I will eventually get back up to the top. Let's see. At the Source Studios says, I like the clean intro of that track, and then it punches in.
Oh.
A really nice groove there. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Flux agrees it's an excellent backing track.
Thank you.
Ryan Fraley, it's, to steal a golf analogy, closest to the flag for a modeler to get to a tube amp sound. I have a really hard time telling the difference between this and a Mesa Mark Series amp.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
do the profiles right on these, they come out really good. And I've learned some tricks. Like these sound beefier than usual. And I found that the Tonex captures they're great. Don't get me wrong, they're great. But every product that does captures has its own way of interpreting what it's hearing from the amp. Some of them will hear more low end or less low end. I feel like with the Tonex, I think it hears a little bit less low end than what I'm giving it. And I'm not saying it's inaccurate, it's just, I don't know. So what I did this time is I turned the low end up just a hair on the amp, and I'm like, there it is. There's that beefiness I like. So that's pretty much all I did on these. And it under gains a little, so I turned the gain up a little higher than usual. And I haven't made any adjustments on these. They're freaking they're great. I can't say big words
Nice.
tonight.
Tech Forge Australia says, anyone else just super appreciate the drum track on Night Terrors? Not to discount the ripping riffs, but it's really well sorted, clear, punchy drum track.
Oh, thanks, man. Me and TJ worked really hard on those. And those drums, the sound of them and everything is what is going to be on my album. We just really like how those drums sound. They're really crisp and clear and beefy, you know?
Flux says, I'm always impressed at how awesome you make the Tonex sound. It's very full and cuts through very well. Did I
Well,
read
thanks.
that already?
Appreciate that very much, man. Thank you.
Paul says, that profile capture sounds very good in the mix. Your playing is smoking tonight.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, this profile came out. Wow, this was worth the 2 days of hell right here. Just hearing you guys say that, because, man, I'm not kidding you. Ask that wall in my laundry room. Yeah, I had a bad day a couple days ago.
Kevin says, for all the nonsense you dealt with, it sounds fantastic.
Thank you. I appreciate
Ryan
it.
says, Jarrod, have you seen the 8-string Majesty review that Nick Nocturnal did?
No.
That was a phenomenal review, and his playing was really good.
Oh, I'll have to check that out. Thanks for bringing that up. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
Raxel said you should combine amp tones in parallel.
In parallel. Oh, you mean like do 2 amps at once? I'm doing, I don't have equipment to do that, but I can do dual cabs. And in this capture pack, I definitely have that, dual cabs. This is a single cab capture, but when I release the pack, I'm going to have captures with the Mesa and Zilla cabs together and Mesa and diesel cab together. And man, those sound really good.
I was scrolling back up to where I left you guys off before. Let's see. Somebody was telling me that they were, or telling you that they were tech. It was this, I think it was Ryan. He says, if I was in the Detroit area, I'd help you with tech support. It's my specialty. Ryan Fraley.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah,
that would be
we
nice.
need it for sure.
Yeah, there's days, man. That's the thing. I was talking to somebody the other day who I can't mention right now because I have a surprise coming up for you guys, and release any information about it right now. But the gentleman I was talking to on the phone from a certain company, he's like, you probably wear 1,000 hats on that show, don't you? I'm like, man, I do. I had no idea when I started this channel that I thought like, oh, hook everything up, play guitar. No, you have to wear 100 hats. Like, it's insane. You have to be a tech guy. You have to be an audio engineer. You have to be a guitar player. You have to know you have to be a gear nerd. You have to be, Mr. Fix-It, a handyman. I mean, you got to be a camera genius. I mean, there's so many things you have to be. And it's like, I didn't know I was going to have to wear all these hats. But it is what it is, Good. I'm glad to be here, but wow, I got to buy a new hat rack.
Oh no, it popped all the way back down to the end. Go find my spot again. I already read the dust one. Kevin says, I got the Red 7 Leviathan pack yesterday. If you haven't, think you should. Pack is killer.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, that one came out really good. I'm glad you got it. Thank you. And thanks for saying so. I appreciate that.
Less stuff, more freedom. Was looking to get a Mesa JP2C, and I noticed that there's 2 versions of it. Which would you recommend?
The JP2C? Mm-hmm. I didn't know there were 2 versions of it. There might be like one where they put like I think it's a different panel on it, but they're like, as far as tone and features, they're the same. But
a little farther down, he said, some people say it has the new transformer compared to the old transformer. Any difference in your opinion between the 2?
Gosh, I don't know. That's a good question. I've only played the one that I have, so I'm not sure. I really couldn't answer that for you. If I get one like that, I'll be happy to shoot them out for you, but they're hard to find in the wild, and most of the time when you see one, someone's got it.
Out in the wild.
Yeah.
Sean Hockey is with us. Hey.
Hey, Sean. Good to see you, man. It's been a while.
Let's see. Martin Hensley, the new EVH Frankenstein relic is wicked.
Frankenstein. Oh, yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, they do a great job on those.
Dead Center Arts. I haven't heard your name before. Hey, how are you? He said, hell yeah, Jared. I picked this up as soon as it drops. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I'll pick this up as soon as it drops, yes.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll announce it in the community section, and I appreciate that very much. Yeah, it should be the next couple days. I'm still rounding it out. I have to, I got channel 4 done. I'm going to do channel 2, and channel 3, and then channel 1. And I mean, these captures take a while, and they're all advanced. I don't do any quick or default or anything. They're all advanced, so it takes a lot longer. But I'm trying to give you guys the best. So I got channel 4 done today, in fact. I was doing that while we were eating. I'm running up and down the stairs.
Yeah, he was.
And then tomorrow I'm going to start on channel 2 and channel 3, and then channel 1 should be easy. There's not many settings for that.
Braxel says, Jared, do you use your own reamp box and DI box for the Tonex, or do you use the Tonex reamp all in one box? Your hair does look, he said my hair looks noise.
Noise.
Noice.
Noise.
And then a little farther down, Techforge Australia said, it's just nice, but with an Aussie accent, mate. Noise.
Nice.
That's awesome.
You look nice.
Thank you very much.
This is a knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
We say noise all the time.
Yeah, we say noise.
Noise.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So I actually didn't think it was a mistake. I was like, thanks.
That's how we always say nice now. We say noise.
Noise.
The question again was, I forgot.
Do you use your own reamp box and DI for the Tonex, or do you use the Tonex reamp all in one?
Oh. Good question. Yes, I use my own. It's actually my buddy Jay's, though. Jay, who's Warm Chord Music, he let me borrow his for a while. I can't remember if he's here, post the name of it. I can't remember the name of it, but it's one that Fricker recommended highly, and it's a great DI or a reamp box, and I'm going to get one. So, yeah, it's been working really well.
At the Source Studios, do you think you might be able to get some synergy gear? Specifically curious about some comparisons between, because you have some of the amps they make for it, Savage, etc.
Yeah, I had some for a while, and I sold a lot of it off, but I think I'll be getting my Sin 2 back, and then I might be selling that. But if I get a chance to demo some stuff with it, I'll do the best I can. The setup I have right now is pretty difficult to hook Synergy into the loop of the amps because I have the switcher and stuff, but I'll see what I can do. If I can make it happen, I will.
Dean says, who you calling spaghetti arms?
Who you calling spaghetti arms?
I'm calling you spaghetti arms. Spaghetti arms. Yes.
Flux says, I agree. When I'm capturing an amp into my QC, it's the settings on the amp that are the most important, not the level of settings in the QC. Finding the right channel and master volume on the amp is key.
It's true, man. All those things, and mic placement and how hard you're slamming it. I mean, everything. You got to get the input volume just right. I mean, there's so many things that can make or break a capture. And if you do one thing wrong, you'll have problems. It's not as easy as everybody thinks. Everybody thinks, oh, you just plug it in and go for it. I mean, yeah, go on anybody's website that has all the free ones, and you'll see what I'm talking about. 99.9% of them are pure hot dog water. They're awful. And it's the ones that, from the paid guys that spend hours agonizing over every detail, those are the ones that come out good, you know? Do I need a burp or something?
No, I'm going to have to excuse myself.
Oh, okay.
I got to go lay down. I'm sorry.
Okay, all right. No, I get it.
I tried.
Well, go ahead and shut your mic off there. Sorry.
That's all right.
So I'll just play and do some back and forth with you guys for a little bit here. And
oh, it could be because it's plugged in.
No, it'll turn off.
Didn't. Oh, finally.
Well, there you go. You can leave it on the charger though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry you're feeling bad.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, she's not feeling good. I appreciate you trying for when you did. All right. Well, guess it's just me. All right, so I got to open up the thing here and turn the volume down. Okay. All right, guys, so what guitar do I have? I got the Poiple one. All right, so let me mute the mic, do a couple riffs. I'll do a mix or two for you, and then we'll have some more hang time. 1 second here. Okay, I'm back to yammering here. Let me get my in-ears on. Man, this battery's about to die too on my in-ears. Oh yeah, she's going down. I'm gonna have to go up and get my other battery. It's charging. Anyways, yeah, man, this thing, man, I'm really digging this capture. I know I made it, so I'm biased. Whatever. It sounds good, and the feel is great. It's chunky. It's beefy as hell, and I'm really digging how it sounds and feels. I mean, it's got that rich Savage tone. The Savage amp is known to have this very rich texture to it as far as the high gain stuff goes, and it's there. I captured it. It's there in spades, man. I'm digging it big time, and I appreciate the kind words, guys. Thank you so much. So I wanted to talk to you guys. I'll get to your comments in a second here too, but I wanted to talk to you guys. Thanks, CM079. Thank you. I want to talk to you guys about effects. Like tonight, I'm using the HX effects. Man, I had this thing sitting around for a bit because I had other units that I was using. The quad Cortex is all, everything's included. So is the KEMPER and stuff like that. And with my real amps, I use real pedals now because it's just, I don't know, it's fun checking out pedals. So when I got the Tonex, I started pairing it with the HX Stomp, and it worked great. But with the HX effects, I have more flexibility. I got more things I could do. So I'm actually glad that I went that route. So what do you guys, if you guys have a Tonex pedal, what have you used with it? And what are your thoughts on that? And I mean, what are your main effects that you look for? And I'm doing this because I'm doing some effects, reviews very soon. And I wanted to see what you guys are looking for regarding reviews. I'm not a huge reverb guy, but I tell you, like, I have a reverb pedal upstairs that I'm going to be reviewing this week that is incredible. And the thing is with me is I don't like reverb just for the sake of reverb, like a spring reverb or some boring ass, thing like that. No offense if you like those, but those just don't do anything for me. It's just reverb, I like the more creative reverb. So if I'm going to use reverb, I want something that's like really creative and has this really nice, majestic sound to it. And the pedal I'm reviewing this week is all of that stuff. It'll have the springs and the basic stuff, but it also has all this really awesome stuff in it. And anytime I record in the studio or do any live stuff with cleans, that's usually where I use a reverb. I don't just use like a room or a spring or something like that. I always use something that's kind of ethereal. It's got this really big sound to it, and it's cavernous, and it's got some other stuff on the peripheral sounds of it. It's got some sort of synth like underneath there, lays a pet. I mean, I just like all of that stuff. It almost sounds like, you're playing guitar on the top of a mountain and you're surrounded by this beautiful, majestic woodlands or whatever, and it's just got this beautiful ethereal and Celtic sound to it. And that's kind of what I go for with reverbs. But with delays, a lot of people ask me what I like, what delays I like. I mean, I have the Flashback 2, and tonight I'm using the HX effects, obviously, so I'm using the stereo ping pong delay. Settings are 850 milliseconds for my leads, and it gives time for the notes to kind of get through, like when you're going super fast on your guitar, it gives time for you to get through all that, and then it kind of fills in behind it. So I like having that space there. And then I love having that little bit of spin after you pull out of a lead and go back into a rhythm. It's not awkward. It's got that, the notes are kind of still spinning around and just kind of fading away as you're transitioning back into rhythms. And it's just this really nice transition. It smooths things over. And at the end of a song, why not have some of that kind of trail off as well? So I like that stuff, and the phasers and flangers, I like all that stuff too. But and of course a good overdrive. You can't beat a good overdrive. So anyways, let's see here. Get back to your comments here. Jeff Hirschberg, tone is amazing. Thank you. Oh yeah, man. I'll send you I'll send you a sample, Jeff. I'll send you a couple of these and see what you think. These are, I think I have some DIs. Do you prefer DIs or studio? I can't remember. I think you're a DI guy. You just want amp only. So if you want those, I can send them over to you. Oh, thanks, Braxel. Appreciate that. He says, yeah, that amp, in my opinion, fits his music the best for Jarrod. Yeah, the Savage is just a killer amp. The best tone so far, in me and TJ's opinion on the album, is the Savage with the Kraken. Oh, on City Lights. Oh my God, that just came out so good. I can't wait to share that song with you guys. Let's see here. Quote from Nick Nocturnal, Ryan Fraley says, it makes you feel like you went to Berkeley even if you didn't go to Berkeley. Oh, that amp, yeah, that's funny. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Braxel, I do like it. I am playing nonstop. I could play this all day. And I literally, right before we went live was the first time I played these. I just checked them out on the software, because the software is great, because after you do a capture, you can play its own riffs through it, and you can hear it and go, all right, that sounds good, next. You know, and this is the first time you're witnessing me just literally kicking the tires in these for the first time, and I'm like kid in a candy store. I'm like, dude, these sound great, and they're full and fat and ridiculous. So yeah, I'm having fun with them, man. Big time. Let's see here. Just reading your comments here, sorry. Radio silence is always bad. CMO79, one big takeaway I was definitely picking up on too are the effects now. They really complement. It's so good. Oh yeah, dude. I mean, good effects are, to me, it's like seasoning your food. Like every time I cook a pork butt or a brisket or whatever, I mean, it's all about the seasoning and all that stuff. I mean, no matter how good a cut of meat is, I mean, if you don't season it, I mean, it's not going to be that good, you know. So that's what effects are to me. It's like, and you can't over season. Like, you don't want it to be too salty or too this or too that, or you don't want it to be not enough of those things. So it's that perfect blend of effects, how you adjust the levels and how many trails they have and all that. And I've spent years doing that with delays and stuff like that. And I'm not patting myself on the back, but you know, my delays, every time I hear my solos back, I'm always like, perfect. Like, I wouldn't change a thing about the notes I played. Yeah, I could probably do better there, but the effects are always like, yeah, that's exactly how I want it, you know. The levels, the trails, how many repeats, everything. And yeah, it really matters. And I like going to a show. Like, that's why I love Dream Theater so much, because John Petrucci, he's got his stuff dialed into a point. And every time he plays a solo, it's glorious sounding. I mean, the delay he has, the tone, everything. It just sounds absolutely beautiful. So I think seasoning your steak or seasoning your amps is very important. It doesn't matter how good your tone is. If you don't season it properly, it's just kind of dull and flat. Season it with a great overdrive pedal. Season it with some great delays and chorus. Like the chorus I have, you know, I think it's a 4-voice chorus, but it's not over the top and it's not too chorusy. You know, you can get that way with effects, especially chorus. Some people just crank the level all the way up and it's like, yeah, I got chorus. Like, no, your guitar sounds like a keyboard now. You know, I mean, it shouldn't sound like that. So I have like my chorus and delay for my big crunch. You know, and even you can hear the trails on the delay, right? I have modulated delay on the rhythm channel for you know, when I use delay, and it just adds coloring to it. It's just this nice colorization to your notes, and when you pull out of something, you can hear it, you know. It's just an extra little bit of aftertaste for everybody. That's good, you know. And then for my leads, I mean, let me mute my mic here. So you can hear the notes that I'm playing perfectly, you know, but but there's enough delay there to add that space to it as well. And then the phaser, you know, with the delay right here. So yeah, all that stuff, it all matters, you know. I mean, all that stuff, and if it's dialed in right, it all matters, and it makes a huge difference on your sound. And you could be playing some pretty simple stuff, but if you have some good effects dialed in, it just makes it sound even better. You know, I mean, that lead there, that, you know. I mean, that's kindergartner stuff, you know. I mean, anybody can play that. But when I added the phaser to it, I'm like, spiced it up just right, you know. It made it sound even better. So, just stuff like that, and adding a wah. I don't go full Kirk Hammett with it, but adding a wah to some stuff definitely helps as well. It adds that excitement. I mean, if you guys haven't tried using a wah, I mean, geez, this Morley. I wish I could show you. It's on the floor here. This is the smaller one, and this is the what do you call it? Spring load. So I don't have to do the toe tap on it. I can just activate it whenever I want, you know. So it's just there whenever I need it. I don't have to deal with that annoying toe tap thing, and it's small. It fits on my pedal board. It's just over $100. It's super cheap to get. I mean, this freaking amazing, and it just really spices up the solos. You know, I mean, that solo for what is it? The Sphinx. You know, I mean, you know, I'll do it without and then with. Check. All right, so that's boring as hell. So let me do it with. Just sounds so much more exciting and more crazy with it, you know. And then while I'm doing the whammy bar, that crap, I mean, I'm just slowly sweeping up on the wah, and it's coloring the notes as I go up and down. It's just, I don't know, man. I just love the excitement and the enhancement and the spice and the seasoning that it adds to the solos, you know. And the nice thing about the wah here, the spring loads, is that, you know, I don't use it through the whole solo. So there's times, even on three shots and a chaser, I just interject it here and there. And having that wah set up the way it is allows me to easily do that. It's not a pain in the ass to do. So I could just every once in a while just step on it, throw in a couple riffs with the wah, and then I'm out, you know. And it's just super easy to do. And I do a lot of that interjection here and there through my solos. I'm always, my goal as a performer, especially when I'm on stage, is always to be just throwing something out at people to keep their attention, you know? Because if you're doing something amazing all the time, or you're doing something at a certain level as far as dynamics and all that, all the time, after a while it just seems normal and mundane. So I'm always the roller coaster with my solos. I'm always up and down and swirling around and pulling out, you know, just, you know, pulling back and then fast or slow, you know, all that. That sounded weird, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So yeah, just all that stuff. I mean, I'm always trying to change the dynamics of the solo so that you have something new to listen to all the time, and it keeps your attention, as opposed to, like, I've been to shows where the guitar player was an absolute amazing shredder, but after 3 songs, he's going a billion miles an hour. After 3 songs, I'm like, dude, it all sounds the same to me, man. It's just the same crap over and over again. And if you did that once or twice during the show, and then the rest of the time you blended that with some melodic stuff, I mean, great. But if that's all you're doing, even to a guitar player like myself who you know, understands what's going on, it just bores the shit out of me. I just get bored, you know, and nothing stands out to me anymore. So I like the roller coaster ride. I like the up and down, like Nuno's solo for Rise. I mean, he played some amazing stuff in there. He had some bluesy stuff and some bends and some awesome, like, just nasty string grabs and stuff, and it was awesome. He had a couple fast things, but then he saved that big special part with the muting at the end. I mean, and it was just, it made that whole thing stand out, but everything that led up to it was also just as good. So the entrance ramp was just as fun as the freeway. It's just they both had their place and they both had their purpose, and he designed that perfectly, and he brought you right into that. And as soon as he hit that, it was like, oh, it all just came together. And that's what it's about. Use effects, use different things. He uses a phase 90 in that as well, in certain spots, to pay homage to Eddie. And just all those little things add up, you know. And I love going to a show and hearing a guitar player just do all that stuff. They're always just throwing stuff out at the audience for them to hear. It's just all this awesome ear candy the whole night. And you leave there going, oh my God, that was just amazing. And a lot of the average listeners don't even know why they liked it so much. All they know is, that was really cool. They can't list all the effects and all the things that he did, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is it sounded amazing and they enjoyed themselves. So I'm an effects junkie. I love that stuff, and I try to enhance everything that I do with effects, and I try not to overdo it, but it's nice to just throw things in there because, again, you're throwing people some really fun curveballs to enjoy. So let's see here. I'll catch up to you guys. All right. Daryl McMillan, I've used my Tonex standalone and with HX Stomp and with Helix Floor. Oh, yeah. Yeah, isn't it nice to be able to integrate that with your gear? I mean, that's what the Tonex was for, was just, oh, you got an amp and pedals? Well, just put your Tonex pedal on your pedal board. It replaces your amp for live shows, and it utilizes all your pedals. Oh, you got a digital platform? Fine, hook it up 4-cable method, and the tones are definitely better than the models that are in any digital platform that are, as far as models are concerned. Modeling's dead. You know, modeling is definitely going the way of the dinosaurs. I mean, you know, it's just the way it is. You know, everybody's going towards captures or profiles or whatever you want to call it. Modeling will be around for a while, but it'll always be in the lower priced units, and it might come in like a effects unit, like a multi-effects unit, and they'll throw some models in there for you just to have, but that's all it'll be from here on out, as an afterthought, because the tech has pretty much outlived itself. It's not going to get any better. So it's all about profiling and capturing now, you know, which are the same thing. You know, profiles, capture, same thing, just different name. But yeah, so I mean, you can just integrate it with your modeler and use the effects in there, and it just sounds killer, you know. Let's see here, CMO79, one big takeaway I was definitely picking up on are the effects now. They really complement. Oh, I already read that. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Braxel, Jarrod, I've been following you for a while, and I am telling you that is your sound right there. Oh, thanks. I mean, the Savage is definitely one of my favorite amps. I mean, there's just something special about the gain structure. That is it's just a really, really good amplifier. So thank you. This profile definitely came out really good. So I can't wait to release this pack. You guys are gonna love it. You know. Martin Hensley, that's my next amp. It's a super Kraken. Oh yeah, that's a good amp, man. Really good amp. Tech Forge, Jarrod, let's see, I can play this all day. Me pulls chair closer. I'm not going anywhere then. Oh yeah, man. I'll be playing some more for you guys in a minute here. I just want to interact with you, and then I'll grab some more. Thanks, Flux. He said Jarrod's QC captures are excellent. His Mesa Barba Trinity captures are perfection. I modeled my captures off his Mesa captures, and they sound big and full too. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, thank you. Those do sound good. Oh my God. Again, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I don't release anything that I don't think sounds good. I mean, those came out really nice. I'm real happy with it. Monkey Wrench, on your guitars, what strings do I use to get my Schecter Sustainiac having it plex? So I want the best strings. Ernie Ball, Slinky Paradigm Gauge, 10 to 56 with strings. I use the Ernie Ball Paradigms 10s as well. Can't go wrong with those, man. They're awesome strings. So that's what I would suggest for sure. Let's see here. We should, as musicians, eat our music. Absolutely, man. Let's see here. Greg Tribolato, what's going on, man? He says, yes, season your tone or it will be like a fried butthole. I heard you, man. You got to season it, man. You really do. Season your tone with different speaker cab combos, Tech Forge says. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. Definitely have to do that. Ryan Fraley says, agree, if you want a keyboard tone, learn to play a Moog or a Oberheim. Yeah, I mean, I can't stand it when people play like their distorted tones with way too much chorus, and it's just, oh, it's so shimmery, and like, I'm like, dude, that's just awful. It sounds like a keyboard. It sounds like a synthesizer trying to sound like a guitar. It's just terrible. Just use enough to thicken it up and give it that dark swirl and slow it down. A lot of people, a mistake they make with chorus is they have the rate too fast, and it's all, you know, like, dude, what are you doing? Yeah, slow it down. I want a swirl. I want a slight swirl, so when you're playing like those dark those chugs on the lower strings, you know, the heavier strings, you got that kind of swirl that goes with them, you know, and it's just nasty. And I love that. I love chorus, but man, if you don't dial it in right, you know, it could be awful. Let's see here. Tech Forge, one of my favorite solos is in, I don't know how to pronounce that. It goes through a whole ride, almost peaks too hard before pulling back and breathing. Still a fetish metal solo though. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm all about like solos. Like I read an article with, what the hell happened here? I read an article with Brad Gillis a while back, long time ago, back in the late 80s, and he said a solo should have a beginning, middle, and end. It should have an entrance ramp, you know, where you're taking off, and then you should soar up here for a minute, and then you should start going down. You know, he said they should just tell a story. And designing your solos, it's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do. You like a lot of times I'll run into riffs. Like I'm writing a solo right now for one of my songs, and I got some killer, in my opinion, some killer riffs. But now I got to learn how to string them together and run them into each other, because if you go from this one to this one right away, it's like, ooh, it doesn't sound right. So now I have to write a bridge. I have to create a bridge or an on-ramp from this riff to this one, which don't go together, but if I distract you with some cool stuff and then take you back over to this one, it'll work. So a lot of times you think like, oh, this riff ain't gonna work in this solo. It's like, no, you just didn't go into it right. You know, maybe you went from this to this and it doesn't match, but you just need to separate them more and write something else to go in between them. And almost like like you eat at an Italian restaurant, you got the sorbet in between dishes or in servings, courses or whatever you want to call it. cleansed the palate, and now here comes this course. And then he cleansed the palate with some more sorbet. Here comes this course. You know, it's all about the sorbet. You need to write some sorbet riffs to tie all the courses together in your solo. And then it really comes together, you know, big time. So it definitely helps, you know, it really does. My in-ears just died, so fun times. I'm going to go up and get my battery here in a second. So let's do, Tech Forge says, spot on, mate. A song itself is a story, and the solo needs to be a part of that story. Something that is self-congratulatory rather than complimentary is just going to feel wrong. No, you're right. You are so right, man. You got to write your stuff. Write for the song. Serve the song. All right, so I'm going to, it feels weird. My in-ears died, so I got to remember to do stuff now. All right, so I'm going to mute the mic. Play, what else do I have with this? What do I got, the purple guitar? Let me find what else I have here. Ooh, I haven't played City Lights in a while. I am not doing that one tonight because that will be a hot mess. I might have to switch guitars. Yeah, I got to switch guitars. I've played all my purple ones, I think. Yes, I have. I'm a little thrown off here tonight. Sorry. All right, let me switch guitars. I'm going to be off camera for a second, and I'm also going to grab batteries for my in-ear pack here. So bear with me 1 second here, guys. My apologies. Let me take this off. Talk amongst yourselves. And I will be right back. Get to my batteries. Hang on 1 second, fellas. Let me mute my mic for a second. All right, here we go. All right, fresh battery. I had to let that one charge for a bit there. I'm coming. Got the other guitar. Haven't played this one in a while, but we'll see how it goes. Might as well take some chances tonight. I'll probably be on for another 10, 15 minutes or so, and then I'll have to get going here. Oh, I left my wireless in the other guitar. Yeah, Carrie's not doing well, so I should probably get upstairs and check on her. There we go. Wow. God, that's just evil. Freaking evil. What do I got here? You know, I'd probably be better off doing Out of Nowhere, because this other one is a major challenge for me. That's a weird one. All right, hang on 1 second, guys. All right, a little bit of out of nowhere for you. Fun times. Haven't played that in a bit. Paul Smith sounds pretty brutal. Steve Wheelart, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, sounds pissed off. That's very good. Oh yeah, thank you. These are really, excuse me, these are sounding amazing. And again, I didn't get a chance to play these much at all. I've just been profiling all like yesterday and today, and I just did a quick sound check before we went live, and I was like, holy crap, man, this is gonna be a fun night. You know, let's see here. Less stuff, more freedom. Living the van life says, I really like the JP2C, but was wondering at a living room volume what I can use at 60 watts and still utilize all the gain that it has to offer. Excuse me. Oh man, I think. Trying to remember if there's this multi-watt switch on the JP. I don't usually mess with those, so I think you can drop it down in the back, if I'm mistaken. I think you can. So like, if you're going to get a big boy amp, then get one that's a multi-watt so you can drop it down to different wattages so you can use it to its full potential. But the thing what I've found these days though is amps aren't what they used to be as far as like how they're geared. You know, back in the 70s and 60s and stuff, amps were geared to sound good at high volumes because they didn't used to mic amps in PAs. They used to just mic the singer, and that was it. And the amps had to keep up with all that other stuff. So, and because of that, they had to make okay, let me back up a little bit. And because the amps had to be super loud, when they first started making amps, they sounded terrible when you turned them up. They were like all broke up and it just sounded like crap. So they started remaking the amps so that they sounded good at high volumes, but the sacrifice was at low volumes, they didn't sound as good. Now, that carried on for a long time, you know, when they were making Marshalls and stuff like that. Oh, just crank it all the way up. Well, yeah, it was built for that. Well, now we don't have to do that because everything's mic'd, you know. Everything's mic'd in a studio, everything's mic'd on stage. So now they gear amps to sound good at lower volumes too. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you're at like 10 decibels, I mean, none of these amps are, you know, they're basically barely idling. And you're not going to get the gain and the thump that you want. But I'd say that most amps now, you could play them at a decent volume and they sound good, you know. And really the thump and all that, you're just going to get that from, you know, hitting the speakers hard in the cabinet or not, you know. So that's it. But I mean, the overall tone and gain that you're going to get out of an amp is going to be pretty consistent throughout the volume levels, after a certain volume level, that is. I mean, like I said, if you're at 10 dB, yeah, it's going to sound kind of wimpy, but, you know, at an easy listening volume, I think any one of these amps would be good, you know. So, let's see here. Daryl McMillan, yep, going to have to get this pack. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that, and I can't thank you guys enough that have purchased the packs from me, because it really does go a long way, and it encourages me to do more, because it's a lot of work doing these. I mean, by the time I'm done with this pack, it's going to be, including the troubleshooting days, 5 days worth of work. So it's a lot, but and it's greatly appreciated when you guys get them, and I'm happy to do it for you guys, because I mean, just when I sat down tonight and played through these, I was like, that was worth all of the weeping and gnashing of teeth that I put in to do some troubleshooting. And I was like, holy shit, these are sounding amazing. So yeah, it was worth it. It's totally worth it. And it's totally worth it when you guys get them and you guys get to enjoy them. And I know you'll like these. I mean, I'm tickled pink right now playing through them. I'm just like, holy crap, these sound amazing. So I really think you guys would like these a lot. And I'll do another mix in a second, and then I'm going to probably have to get out of here. Carrie is not doing well. So, all right, give me a second here, guys. Let me do, I think I got one that I haven't done. There we go, Disjointed. Haven't played that tonight. I haven't played that in a while. All right, 1 second. God, that's just sick. Man, I can't wait to release these. Holy crap. I'm falling in love with these. Like, every time I play another mix, I'm like, damn! These are fun. Really fun to play. And I haven't changed anything. Like, I just put it in raw, and that's it. Like, it's freaking great low end. Really chunky. I'm digging them. Digging them, digging them, digging them. I'm trying to find another song. What else do I have? Well, I could do this. This is a good rhythm test. You guys hear this a lot, but my apologies if you guys are sick of this one. But I'll just do this one real quick and do a couple more comments, and we'll call it a night. Okay. All right. Good to see you here, Gunnerman and Vince Vegas. Good to see you guys. Haven't seen you in a bit. Always good to see you guys. Braxel, yes, I have the Signal Art Angry Reamp box that Glenn uses, and I use the Neve DI box. It works perfect, and the Reamp box has an output volume knob. Yeah, that's what I'm using, Braxel. I'm using the same one. it's got that output volume. And man, if you want to slam the amp a little harder, ooh, isn't that nice? You just got to be careful when you're doing cleans, when you're doing like clean captures. I made the mistake of forgetting to turn that volume knob down, and they had that breakup in them, and I'm like, why is that? Oh, I have to turn that knob down. So yeah, you just got to remember that. But man, when you slam the amps harder, you get a little more juice out of them, and it just sounds incredible. So yeah, that's my favorite reamp box. Vince Vegas, what is amazing is how EVH figured out how to tame that Marshall volume. Yeah, yep, the old Variac, man. Or with him, it was a, wasn't it a dimmer? A dimmer, a lamp dimmer? Good old Eddie, man. Always figured it out, you know? Yeah, you're right. Where does it even come from, right, Vince? I mean, it's one of those things, man. Randy Rhoads did the same thing with his amp. You know, he tamed it and got a better sound out of it. So, oh, Steve, John was screaming loud, huh? Was it too loud? Or usually their sound guy is really good, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe the venue was different. But I love his sound live. Tech Forge. Modern amps generally don't need a lot of master like the old Marshalls. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you don't need to crank them, you know. You should be able to get a good tone at a decent volume out of any modern amplifier now. Flux, did you say those amps are good for easy listening? Uh-oh, here comes the flowery background music. Nice. Oh man. So Vince, you like the sound? Thank you. I'm glad you like it, man. That's awesome. Too much gain for me on this one, but no doubt it's heavy as F. Yeah, you can turn the gain down. See, the thing is like what I've found with the Tonex is it undergains the captures just a little bit. So I figured this time I would try something. It undergains and it gives it just a little less low end than what I think it should have. Maybe it's me, I don't know. So I just turned the gain and the low end up a little bit, and I was like, oh, there it is. You know, now, again, like tonight, you're seeing me play these for the first time. I just tested them on the software on the computer with their own riffs, just listening. I didn't play through them. So maybe after a little bit of time, I'd probably start reaching for knobs and turning the gain down a little bit here and there. But for a first impressions kind of live stream, I think they're coming out great, you know. Oh, you think the mix is up too high, Daryl? Okay. Yeah, sorry. It's been kind of up and down tonight. I literally, guys, I got a ghost in the machine down here. There's some weird stuff happening with my switcher, with my software. I don't know what's going on, but I had a power out about a week ago, and ever since then, everything's been acting weird down here. So I don't know if I had some minor damage done to some things or what, but it only happened for like a second. It went out and on again, and it's just enough to make my microwave clock have to get reset, you know? And I was like, what the hell? So I don't know. Let's see here. Oh, so this one sounds better. Okay. Yeah, well, yeah, that last mix was pretty loud. Yeah, the one before this, right? Yeah, I'm probably reading. Oh, I'm way back in the comments here, so sorry. Steve Willard says, I think this is the best your guitar sounded in your mixes on YouTube. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, man, I'm enjoying the hell out of it tonight. And I had to do a last-minute mix, too, so I'm glad that the mix is good for you guys because, man, for a while there, I was like, I don't know if this is a good mix. Vince Vegas, Randy had his wah in the wrong quote-unquote place, the guy said in the article, but that is what our Randy Rhoads liked. Yeah, you know, the thing is I think there's right and wrong to a certain degree, but there's also the whole, like, whatever works for you kind of thing. I mean, there's some people's pedal boards I look at, and I'm like, no, I couldn't do that. But then you hear them play, and it works for them, and it's like, well, who am I? Who am I to tell you, you know? So, yeah, I get it, man. Let's see here. Okay, so you guys are good with the mixes. Okay, I'm glad. Flux says, your Tonex capture has definitely captured the essence of the Savage Channel 4. The low-end chug sounds like the real thing. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it definitely has that low-end rumble to it that I like, but it's still really tight, you know. So, well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed, and please keep an eye on the community section. I will post the reverb listings, and I'll also post, you'll see the box art of this pack in there, and they'll be on the website within the next couple of days. I literally go over each capture. So I do the capture, it goes through its process where it runs the riffs through, and then I hit advanced for the, you know, what kind of capture I want it to be, because I always do advanced for you guys. It takes about 25 minutes on my computer to do that part, and about 15 minutes before that, you know, to do the riffs. And then once that's done, I come down and I listen to it. And I make sure that it's what I want it to be. And then I'm like, okay, and if it's good, I do it. If it's not, I adjust things and go for it again. And then I just keep stacking them up. And right now, channel 4 is done. I'm going to do channel 3, channel 2, and channel 1. And each channel, I'm doing one cab, multiple cabs, you know, a couple different settings, because like on this amp, you have the contour on and off, so I'm doing contour on and off. So I got to do that through each cab and through multiple, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of captures I got to do. So by the time I'm done, you're going to have a lot of variety. And, you know, once these are done, I will package them up in a zip file, upload them to my website, and they'll be ready for you guys. And I seriously will not release anything unless it's exactly what I want it to be. And the thing is, too, is I've had some people ask me, like, yeah, you should do multiple settings. Nope, not going to do multiple settings, because I've owned these amps for a long time, and I know what the sweet spot is on these amps. And I have a lot of friends come over and play through these, and every single time they reach up to touch the amps, to move the knobs, they always end up right back to where they started, whereas where they're at right now. Because they're like, you're right, dude, this sounds best just like this. And I'm like, exactly. I know this amp like the back of my hand. I know exactly how it's supposed to sound. The only settings I'll change is the gain. I'll turn the gain up and down a little bit, and I'll turn the contour switch on and off, because I like it either way, you know. But I'll give you that. And I might give you a little more or a little less low end, but I'm not going to, there's no reason to crank the mids all the way up. It's arbitrary. You know, I mean, why would you want those settings? So I'm giving you the sweet spot of every one of these amps in my capture packs. And it's not my sweet spot, it's the sweet spot. Most of the time when people come over, like I said, they play through the amps, and they're always like, I don't need to touch anything, man. This sounds freaking great. My buddy Steve Shaheen will take my amps home and check them out for a week or two, and he'll bring them back, and I'll be like, so what did you have to change? He's like, dude, your settings are great. They're money. I don't need to change anything. And Steve's an amazing guitar player, better than I am, you know. So now I'm not saying I know everything, but I'm just saying that after having all these amps on my shelves for the last couple of years, having them on a switcher so I can switch back and forth between them and find out where the settings of this amp are weak compared to that one, and then adjusting things accordingly. After a while, it's just like you got them all in their best settings, and they sound incredible. And I do change things a little bit, but you know, if you got your mids at 12 o'clock and they're great, and you turn them to 3 o'clock, it's arbitrary. Now there's just too much mids, you know, or if you scoop them too much, it's too much. So I just give you good settings where if you put it in the Tonex pedal, you can adjust the minor things on there and tweak it for your taste, and you're good if necessary. So with my profiles, most of the time you'll probably end up just finding that you have to adjust the gain a little bit, and that's probably about it. You know, I mean, that's pretty much the goal I have with my profiles. I want them to be turnkey, plug and play, and just drag and drop them in your pedal and go for it. That's my goal, is to have you do that. And so if you like the tones that I get on this show when I'm doing my videos or my live streams through these amps, they're the exact same tones that I'm putting into the Quad Cortex, the Kemper, and the Tonex. Exact same. So if you like what you get with the live streams and stuff, I mean, it's the same thing, you know. So I hope people really enjoy those. Let's see here. Let's see. Flux says the only different setting I capture besides the sweet spot is gain at noon and full gain at 11. I also make captures with and without a gate. Yeah, I mean, that's really all you got to do, right, Flux? I mean, if you get too in the weeds with all these different settings, I mean, I'm just giving you variety for variety's sake, and all I'm doing is wearing out your ears while you're switching through all these, and now you're picking stuff with fatigued ears. I don't want to waste your time with all that, and I don't want to lie to you and go, oh, this pack has all this variety, and but really it's like 90% trash and 10% good. I'd rather just give you good stuff that I know is usable and is very good and is dialed in meticulously, and give you that value than waste your time with a bunch of garbage making you think you're getting something out of it. It's like that bargain bin of movies at Walmart. You go back there, it's all trash. But if you dig through there enough, maybe you'll find one that you like, And then you got to wipe your arm and hand off with hand sanitizer from all the crap that everybody else put in there. You know what I mean? It's like, that's not fun. I'd rather just go up to the bin and go, yeah, that's a good movie. Pick it up and go, all right, I'm out of here. I don't need to sift through the variety, the fake variety to get the good tones. I'd rather just give you the good stuff. And again, like, when you're picking tones after sifting through stuff for an hour, your ears are fatigued. So you're typically going to tend towards brighter stuff. And then the next day you're going to get up, grab your coffee, fire up your digital platform, and play a chord and be like, oh my God, what happened to who touched this? It's so bright. It's like, no, that's the one you picked with your fatigued ears. Because you're sifting through all the varieties. I'd rather just give you good stuff to begin with and just go for it. And I'm telling you, I've dialed in plenty of rigs for people. I'm friends with guys in a really big band that tour around, and I dialed in tones for them guys and did profiles for them. And these guys toured all over Europe. They just did a show out of state here just the other day, and in front of huge crowds with their Kempers, and they sound amazing, and I hate to sound like this guy and pat myself on the back, but I know what I'm doing. I mean, I've done this for a while, had these amps for a while. I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm really familiar with how to dial this stuff in. So I'm grateful for people that are buying this stuff and enjoy it. I really am. I'm humbled by that. And I'm just trying to tell you to trust me. I'm not going to waste your time with a bunch of junk. I'm going to give you maybe less tones than someone else will, but all of them are usable. You just got to pick which one works best for you. That's my goal here. I don't want to waste anybody's time. Let's see here. Oh, thanks, Flux. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Oh, I appreciate the kind words, Daryl McMillan. Thank you. I'm sure you're really good at it too, man. It just takes... oh, he says, I like that his captures are just plug and play. Thanks, man. I really appreciate that. And like I said, that's my goal. And I'm lucky because I have all these and I have them on the switcher and I'm able to shoot them out against each other and really get the best out of these amps. Like, there's a time where I didn't think you turned your presence knob up to 3 o'clock on a Stealth. Like, why would you do that? Visually, it makes no sense. But when I play it with my mixes and I compare it to other amps that I know are dialed in perfectly, it's too dark unless I do that. And as soon as I get it up to that, it's like, well, now it's at the proper top end level. It sits in a mix the way I want it to now. And had I not had other amps and mixes here to test it against, I wouldn't have known any better. And there's just things you visually, look at an amp and you're like, why would you put the, that knob there? But, with your ears are like, yeah, it sounds great. Who cares what the visual is? All that matters is what we're hearing. So amps all have different tolerance levels on their knobs, everything. It's all different. So you don't dial them in with your eyes. The only thing your eyes are good for is helping you find the knob. But let your ears tell you where to turn it, and That's the stuff I've learned over the years. So I apply all of that stuff to my profiles, captures, and all that stuff, you know. So that's what you're getting when you get them from me, is all of that experience associated with that, you know. You don't have to think about it. Just plug and play and trust that they are the right ones, you know. Anyways, well, guys, I really appreciate you hanging with me. I better get up there and check on Carrie. But she's really sorry that she couldn't be here with you guys tonight. But our apologies for that. But I really appreciate you guys hanging with me very much. I appreciate the comments and the kind words as well. And keep an eye on the channel here. I will post the box art. As soon as you see the box art picture in the community section, that means they're ready to go, and I'll post the link there as well. And I'll probably do a video. So, but I got some exciting, excuse me, some exciting news to share with you guys very soon, and I can't wait to share that stuff with you as well. So stay tuned with that for that, and I got some more videos coming up this week. So, well, guys, I know you have all kinds of other things you could be doing tonight, other channels you could watch, other kind of stuff you could be doing. So, and you chose to be here. And I'm honored by that. I very much appreciate that, guys. So thank you so much for that. And I got some videos coming up this week. Can't wait to share those with you guys as well. So, well, like I always say, every day's a gift. And thank you so much for spending part of that with part of yours with me and with with Carrie. Very much appreciate that. So I got to get out of here, but I will see you guys all very soon. Love you all. You guys have a great evening. Okay. See ya.